Hello, my name is Mikey and this is my latest episode of Out of This World. In today's episode, first a quiz. What names are A and P in AM and PM mean? Comment below and next episode when we'll reveal the answer. So over to Starbase Orbital Launch Mount, we can see a lunar eclipse early morning on the November 8, 2022. Staying at Starbase Launch Mount, SpaceX conducted several cryo tests filling it with LOX, liquid oxygen, and methane. As you can see here, ice has formed on the booster. As you can see here, the LOX was being detanked and the ice slowly melting away. Over at suborbital stand is Ship 25. SpaceX has started its cryo testing. They have conducted 2 cryo tests and is now back at production site in High Bay. I think now they are installing its 6 Raptors and then back at suborbital stand for more test, i.e. cryo, spin prime and static fires. After the cryo tests on Booster 7 and Ship 24, Ship 24 is destacked and headed to suborbital stand. This isn't bad news. It's good news. SpaceX will now do more static fires on the booster and maybe hopefully soon a 33 Raptor static fire. On Thursday, Mary, aka Boca Chica Gal, had an overpressure notice sent to her. And later that day, Booster 7 did a spin prime test on Booster 7. More tests next week. So over to RGV aerial photography. Every week they do a fly over Starbase, and did you notice some markings near the orbital launch mount? It looks like markings for a second orbital launch mount. As you can see where I've marked it. So keep an eye on it. Over the next few months we might see the foundations for another orbital launch mount. Here is a mock-up drawing of the 2 orbital launch mounts. SpaceX uploaded an intro video of Starbase Boca Chica. It's fascinating to see all the work that goes on behind closed doors. Over at the Cape on the November 1st, after 3 years, the Falcon Heavy lifted off with unknown payload. Wow, what a sight if you could see through the thick fog. BECO, booster engines cut off. BECO, booster engines cut off. 10 minutes later, the vehicle's two side boosters landed at SpaceX's landing zones 1 and 2, LZ-1 and LZ-2, at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in tandem. What a sight! And the main booster had no landing legs, so it landed into the sea. Over at Vandenberg Space Force Base, California, November 10, 2022, a United Launch Alliance, ULA, Atlas V rocket carrying the Joint Polar Satellite System, JPSS-2 mission for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, and National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, and NASA's low Earth orbit flight test of an inflatable decelerator, lifted off on November 10 at 1:49 a.m. TST from Space Launch Complex 3 at Vandenberg Space Force Base. To date, ULA has launched 155 times with 100% mission success.
JPSS-2 and Lofton, a new weather observatory for our planet, and a test for planetary exploration.
That was the U.S. down to closed loop control.
Yeah, Gerald, you heard
flight saying the RD-180 throttle back as expected. Engine response continues to look good, and vehicle body rates continue to look good at this time.
Throttling down just a little bit to reduce
Coming
the
up
stress.
on 2 minutes into flight, the vehicle is now
Successful landings of 2 payloads into the sea in a mushroom-shaped landing gear. Amazing landing, and a huge congrats to ULA for the mission. Before we finish this episode, here is that question again: what are the names of A and P in AM and PM?